do you do with all the DMs
Like,
you
well,
get?
I've been trying to lately. I've just been trying to be better about like not having my phone on me 24/7. Um, I'm able like I'll go down rabbit holes, and some days I'm like I don't even want to look at my screen time, uh, because I would probably be pretty embarrassed by it. Uh, so I mean, even just like you put up a post and it's like not even looking at the comments because I'm if I get a negative comment, it a lot of times like it'll eat at me, and it's just like it'll ruin
Ooh,
my day over
you just gave
some
yeah.
random thing a stranger said, and I'll be in the gym, I'll be working, I'll be emails, calls, and it's just like this thing is running through my head, and it's like, why am I putting myself through this? You know, if I mean, it kind of depends if I'm going
Do you
through my
answer
DMs
direct
or not.
messages? Do you enter?
Occasionally,
So
yeah,
do you
like
have
I'll
like
get
thousands of DMs that are unanswered with like the blue dot next to them?
um, I mean, like I get a lot of DMs, like a lot of people message me. Um, there's some that I'll try to reply to. If someone just reaches out and it's something very nice, or like if if they're like looking for advice, I'll try to do that. Occasionally, um, I've done it a couple times in the last like month or two of like a friend of a friend of a friend like will like be like, hey, my buddy's going through a tough time. Uh, can you just like write him a note or record a video? Um, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, just give me his phone number and I'll just FaceTime him and try to like have a conversation. Or, if it's someone trying to, they're like, I've been doing CrossFit, but I'm not seeing the progress. They want to ask you a couple questions. I'll just get their number and FaceTime them. And like I did one not too long ago. It was supposed to be like a 5-minute call of just like the kid telling me about his programming and what to do, what he's doing, how to get a little bit better. I think we ended up chatting for like an hour and a half. Super nice kid. Um, but yeah, I try to, if I'm going to talk to someone, I want to like have a conversation, not just like a one-off text.
Do you respond
But
to
Cool.
DMs? Do you respond to DMs, Josh?
I do. I respond to my DMs. I don't do what Matt just said he did, but that's really cool. That's really cool that you said that you do that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna start hitting you up more
I
now
mean,
because you said that.
it's not like a regular thing. Like it's not like every person. I mean, half of my DMs are people like, hey, it's my husband's birthday and he's a huge fan. If I responded to every one of those, I would be recording no less
Yeah,
than 15 messages a day of me singing
right.
happy birthday to different people. Um,
Yeah, exactly. I agreed.
When I was a kid, go ahead, Matt. Josh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, for mine, um, exactly. I read all of them, and I get a lot of the same things, a request for like, hey, can you send this guy happy birthday, or just try to cheer this guy up. And I've also had a lot of really interesting ones where people like telling me they're what seems to me like close to almost a like a suicidal type of setting. And I've definitely had some long conversations with people where they're like just trying to, and it seems like typically military, and it's something that I've definitely tried to put a lot of effort into helping with as much as possible. It's a great cause,
yeah,
and so I've had some deep conversations with some people DMing me on my Instagram DMs, and just not just trying to give advice and how I've dealt with the things that I've had to deal with in the military. I mean, nobody's immune to anything. That everybody thinks that they see this, they see your Instagrams and everyone's happy and everyone's always everything's great and everything's magical, but it's not that way for everyone. And so just show them that like everyone has struggles and everyone has these problems that they're having, and trying to relate to them as much as possible, and just saying, hey man, just figure out a purpose, find a purpose. That's the thing for most of. Sorry, I'm like going on a tangent, but these military guys, a lot of times these military guys, they lose their purpose when they leave the military, and a lot of them struggle with it. And so I've had back to your original question. Yeah, I've had some long conversations with people like that on DMs and stuff like that. That for me, if I get to touch one person where maybe it helps them, then that's great, man, and I'm willing to do that. So
Yeah.
The messages, but when I was a kid, the phone would ring in the house, the phone hung on the wall, and the phone would ring in the house, and my sister and I would jump up and race to go answer it. And finally, at one point, my mom said, "Hey, you know that phone is for us." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "That phone rings, and we have a choice to answer it or not." And that was like a huge, like, oh shit, for me as a kid.
Huh.
That phone isn't like so that the whole world has a leash around my fucking neck. And so I've always kind of been like that. I've always been like, hey, but for some reason with Instagram, I feel like if someone DMs me, I'm obligated to open it, read it, and respond. But now it's just taking, and I know I don't get nearly as many as you do, but now it's like a full-time job. So I think what I've decided to do is anyone who DMs me with the presupposition that I have to unfuck first, I'm not going to respond to. So if someone says, hey, I know you can't get off of Biden's dick, or I know you can't get off of Trump's dick, or like they start with like that, like I'm not even going to, like, I'm not going to like unpack what they said. Hey, we got to go take 4 steps back in the conversation in order to get you up to speed with what I'm really saying.
Like I think trying to like resolve an argument or like someone being upset over something like that over text, I mean, it's fighting a losing battle. And like you said it, if you go through and try to resolve every single one of those, it is a full-time job. Like, I mean, I'm trying to look at my phone less and less, and I'll go through spurts. So it's like instead of picking up my phone for 10 seconds every minute, it's like, all right, like every couple hours I'll pick it up for 15 minutes, answer the message that I need to answer, and then put it back down and just kind of go on with my day and spend time with the people that I'm face to face with. But like even just leaving your phone in the other room if you're doing emails or whatever, like work on your computer, it's like your productivity skyrockets. And I think if
Where's
I
your
wanted,
phone now, Matt? Where's your phone now?
I mean, it's right next to me, but it's
Where's yours,
down.
Josh?
I have no idea where mine's at. Yeah.
I left mine in the kitchen.
No,
I was gonna do
so I have
some-
to keep it
me
near
to
me.
back
But
that.
my house in Vermont, the heat went out last night, and it's like the first 0-degree day, and so my buddy's over there, like checking on, trying to get the furnace kicked back up so the pipes don't freeze.